In the dark, smoke-choked belly of a 1970s underground fighting circuit, survival was the only language spoken. This was a place where giants reigned, where muscle and pure, unadulterated brutality bought respect. The air tasted of rust, sweat, and cheap cigars. In the center of it all stood the cage, a rusted iron octagon that had ended the careers of 100 men. Tonight, it belonged to a man known only as the Iron Mountain, an undefeated 260-pound brawler who broke bones for entertainment. Scene 2. The calm in the chaos sound design. The noise of the crowd fades into a muffled, distant hum. A slow, steady heartbeat takes over the audio track. Narrator. But true power does not scream for attention. True power sits in perfect silence. While the arena shook with the violence of the undercard fights, a lone figure stood in the shadows near the back entrance. Bruce Lee. He wasn't there to fight. He was a spectator, an observer of human movement and martial philosophy. Dressed in a simple, perfectly tailored dark suit, his posture was a masterclass in relaxed readiness. His breathing was slow, measured, completely disconnected from the chaotic energy vibrating through the concrete floor beneath him. AI image prompt 1 hyper-realistic, cinematic composition of Bruce Lee standing in the shadows of a gritty, smoke-filled underground fighting arena. Subject: Bruce Lee in a dark, tailored suit, looking calm and deeply focused. Environment: dark, concrete hallway leading to a glowing, chaotic fighting cage in the blurred background. Lighting: high-contrast chiaroscuro lighting, volumetric smoke, a single shaft of dim overhead light illuminating his face. Mood: quiet discipline, intense focus, mysterious. Camera angle: medium shot, eye level. 8K resolution, highly detailed. R916 Act 2. The Arrogant Threat, Zumya Tamar, Scene 3. The Mountain's victory narrator. Inside the cage, the main event ended abruptly. The Iron Mountain delivered a crushing, wild haymaker that sent his opponent crashing to the blood-stained canvas. The crowd erupted into a frenzy. The giant paced the cage like a starved predator, his chest heaving, his muscles practically tearing through his skin. He was intoxicated by his own violence. He grabbed the announcer's microphone, his voice booming over the terrible sound system. He began to mock the very essence of technique, claiming that size, power, and ruthlessness were the only things that mattered in a real fight. AI image prompt 2 hyper-realistic, cinematic composition of a massive, heavily muscled underground cage fighter roaring in victory. Subject: a terrifying, scarred 260-pound fighter dripping with sweat. Environment: inside a rusted, blood-stained iron fighting cage, surrounded by a screaming, shadowy crowd. Lighting: harsh, glaring overhead arena spotlights, dust particles suspended in the air. Mood: aggressive, arrogant, threatening. Camera angle: low-angle shot, making the fighter look colossal and imposing. 8K resolution, photorealistic. R916 Scene 4. The target is acquired narrator. The giant's eyes scanned the VIP section, looking for anyone who dared to disagree. That is when the crowd slowly began to part. The spotlight shifted, catching the calm, unbothered silhouette of Bruce Lee. The giant recognized him immediately. To the Mountain, Bruce represented everything he despised: philosophy, discipline, and a martial art that didn't rely on brute mass. The giant pointed a massive, taped finger directly through the chain-link fence. The arena fell into a sudden, highly tense hush. The giant challenged him, his words laced with venom and profound disrespect, inviting the actor to step into a real man's world. Act 3. The Breaking Point, Karaka, Scene 5. Entering the cage narrator. Bruce Lee did not flinch. He did not boast. He simply unbuttoned his suit jacket, handed it to a bystander, and walked toward the cage. His footsteps were silent. As the heavy iron door slammed shut behind him, the lock clicking into place, the sheer size difference became terrifyingly clear to the crowd. Bruce looked like a shadow standing before a mountain. The giant laughed, a booming, dismissive sound that echoed off the damp walls. He stepped directly into Bruce's personal space, towering over him, attempting to use pure physical intimidation to break his spirit before a single punch was thrown. AI image prompt 3 hyper-realistic, cinematic composition showing a massive size contrast between 2 fighters. Subject: Bruce Lee standing perfectly calm and still, while a giant, aggressive 260-pound fighter leans over him menacingly. Environment: inside a gritty, rusted fighting cage. Lighting: volumetric arena lighting, harsh shadows, neon reflections in the background. Mood: extreme tension, David versus Goliath, silent confidence. Camera angle: over-the-shoulder shot from behind the giant, looking down at Bruce Lee's calm, intense eyes. 8K resolution, R916 Scene 6, the ultimate disrespect sound design, absolute, dead silence. The sound of a heavy breath. The sharp, insulting sound of spit hitting the canvas. Narrator: Bruce remained completely motionless. His face was a mask of absolute peace, but his eyes were dark, calculating, taking in every microscopic shift in the giant's balance. Frustrated by the lack of fear, the giant decided to force the issue. He leaned in, sneered, and spat directly at Bruce Lee's feet. Narrator: slows down completely. In the world of martial arts, this was the ultimate desecration. A line drawn in the sand, a point of no return. For one agonizing second, the entire arena stopped breathing. AI image prompt 4 hyper-realistic, cinematic extreme close-up of Bruce Lee's eyes. Subject: Bruce Lee's face, showing a micro-expression of absolute, terrifying focus. Environment: dark cage environment, heavily blurred in the background. Lighting: high-contrast chiaroscuro lighting, reflecting a tiny spark of light in his pupils. Mood: the calm before the ultimate storm, deadly serious, breaking point. Camera angle: extreme, close-up. 8K resolution, photorealistic details of skin texture and sweat. R916 Act 4, the ultimate vindication. Scene 7. 3 seconds, sound design, a rapid heartbeat. A sudden, explosive sound like a whip cracking. Narrator: energetic, breathless. 3 seconds. That is all it took. 1. The giant shifted his weight to load a massive right hook, telegraphing his intention a fraction of a second too early. Bruce moved not just his fists, but his entire structural center of gravity. He slipped inside the guard faster than the human eye could track, completely nullifying the giant's reach. 2. Bruce's leading hand parried the massive arm outward, opening the giant's center line. With devastating precision, Bruce delivered a sequence of rapid-fire strikes to the giant's solar plexus, stealing the oxygen from his lungs before he could even register the pain. 3. The finale. Using the momentum of his own perfectly aligned structure, Bruce unleashed a crushing, explosive 1-inch punch directly to the giant's chest. AI image prompt 5 hyper-realistic, cinematic high-speed action shot inside an underground cage. Subject: Bruce Lee delivering a devastating, lightning-fast strike to the chest of a massive fighter. Environment: gritty iron cage. Lighting: dynamic volumetric lighting, dust particles frozen in mid-air from the impact. Mood: explosive power, ultimate vindication, shocking speed. Camera angle: wide cinematic shot, low angle, capturing the exact moment of impact and the giant's feet lifting slightly off the ground. 8K resolution, dynamic motion blur on the background. R916 Scene 8, the aftermath narrator, the sound of the impact echoed like a gunshot. The 260-pound Iron Mountain didn't just fall, he collapsed, completely separated from his consciousness, hitting the canvas with a sickening thud. The crowd was utterly paralyzed. There was no cheering. There was only the terrifying realization of what they had just witnessed. Perfect, unadulterated biomechanical mastery over brute force. Narrator: Respectful. Bruce Lee did not celebrate. He did not look at the crowd. He simply adjusted his cuffs, looked down at the unconscious giant, and turned toward the cage door. The referee, shaking with adrenaline, fumbled with the keys. The cage had to be opened, not to let Bruce out, but to let the medics in. True discipline doesn't need to brag. It speaks through undeniable, absolute results. AI image prompt 6 hyper-realistic, cinematic composition of absolute victory. Subject: Bruce Lee walking calmly away towards the cage door, adjusting his cuffs. In the blurred background, a massive fighter lies unconscious on the canvas. Environment: roosted fighting cage. Lighting: soft atmospheric dust. A single cinematic spotlight shining down on Bruce as he exits. Mood: quiet dignity, ultimate vindication, legendary, camera angle, tracking shot from behind, low angle. 8K resolution, masterpiece, R916.